Yo, what's going on, folks? All right, an actual normal vlog from a normal ride. It feels like most of the rides and vlogs I've been doing has really been from a race. Not that racing is done. Weather is actually going to look this good this week. It is Monday right now. Already did the DCXC on a Saturday, feeling good actually. Yesterday was a nice family day, and then today was getting a whole heap of bacon, baby. So did about 9 miles over at Bacon at Prime, just chilling at Zone 2. So Zone 2 for me is 148 and under. And did about almost basically 90% of the ride was Zone 2, which is great. And the thing is, actually, I did it at a fairly decent pace, going at 8 miles per hour throughout. So I started over at P4, did some of the jump line. The bike actually jumps different, of course. And I was kind of timid at first, but then realized, okay, it generates so much speed that when I actually hit the first jump at Bacon's Green, I can actually clear it. So I almost landed a flat. The first jump, I was like, okay, so all of them from there, I kind of was very timid on the jump, and then was too timid, and then some areas I was actually hitting the back tire. So did 3 runs. Of course I cleared them all, but the thing is I had to manage actually the speed of making sure I didn't clear them too far, except for obviously the big ones that you just need the speed. So the bike did really good. Didn't bottom out or anything. Came close to on the front. On the back, because I have the sag set pretty aggressive, that I probably still had about 10+% more, even with casing. So I mean, the bike can do it, right? It's all about the rider as far as hitting those things. But no, today went out, just wanted to just do a Zone 2. I haven't done a solid Zone 2 in the trails in a while, because of being sick for what feels like over a month now. And yeah, pretty much most of May I was sick, so it's been a month now actually. And as far as hitting the trails and just doing a regular ride, it's been a little bit. So now felt good. The Wakefield Wednesday is going to be in 2 days, so I'm going to work from home tomorrow and then work at work to hit up the Wakefield ride on Wednesday. So today's ride, I went back to my regular pressures of 21, 23. Of course, I like that, no problem, but with it being dusty, I may want to actually practice a little bit more on going down on the pressures, just to see as far as how it feels. It's not that I was sliding out a whole bunch or anything like that, but it was really under the braking. I was doing too much late braking, and thus I was just skidding all over the place and drifting it into the corner, which was actually kind of fun, to tell you the truth. So yeah, no, bike ran admirably. One of the things I was doing initially on the Zone 2 is that I would actually gear down, not necessarily granny gear, but second to last gear, high gear, and just kind of take my time trying to keep my heart rate low. And then after a while, I was like, why the hell am I going so in such a high gear? I don't need to. Let's just keep it like 4 or 5, and in some cases 6, and just slow pedal. See if, and just play the game of reading the chart just to make sure, hey, don't pass, chill at 147 or below. Don't try to hit 148 if you can. And as soon as it hit 149, it gets into Zone 3. So it was just a nice little game of playing, looking down almost each time and trying to read out the body as far as how quickly the heart rate can drop down to like 130, 120 on a downhill section or a flowy section, where all you're kind of doing is just riding the bike. You're not pedaling, and your heart rate can drop. So that way the next push section, you have like a little boost so you can get your heart rate up, but not too much so it eclipses the Zone 2. So that was a very interesting one. And it's nice doing that, especially after the pain that I had with the race as far as in the legs. Just getting a lot of cramps, and then with all those cramps, just trying to figure out, okay, how can I pedal more efficient or ride more efficient? One of the other things from the cramps that I realized and just dawned on me, I have a 170 dropper, and I actually wanted to go 180, and the reason for that was because I'm basically at the lowest setting, I'm barely touching the floor, right? So I was like, oh, okay, if I get a 180, you know, I can definitely touch the floor, get on the bike easier, da da da. But the downside to it is that you're doing more squats. And on the Ritmo, it's like 210. On this one, it's 170. And so either way, you're kind of doing a lot of squatting. And thinking back to some of the XC racers, I mean, a lot of them only run like 125. And I was like, why do they just run 125? It's just enough to get out of the way and they lean back. So what I was trying to do today is kind of simulating that. Not that I want to go 125. That is, no, I really don't want to. But at the 170 or even let's just say 150, where I can still sit down barely at the bottom, but more so not squatting too much. The other part that I can do is just keep what I have and just don't drop the dropper down all the way. And so that's what I was playing around with today. So I was dropping it down just a little bit, and in some cases, just not dropping it. And what I noticed on a lot of XC guys is that because they don't drop it all the way, they actually don't go into a full lay down squat. So like at the bike part, when you have the seat all the way down, you're squatting down, getting in that attack position, all yada, yada, yada. And I was like, hold on a second, just get behind the seat more or lean more forward, use the front suspension, and just don't bend your knees as aggressively. And in doing so, it feels weird as hell. But I remember when I was running my hardtail, I actually ran my hardtail without a dropper for I think about a handful of rides actually. And then you just got acclimated with it. So, and I was able to do big jumps and everything with it, with the hardtail. So I'm thinking, hey, let me just go ahead and adapt more to this. And that will, in theory, save my legs a little bit more, is what I'm thinking. So I'm going to try that out for Wakefield and try to focus more on, hey, even when it starts, unless it gets too gnarly, just don't go ahead and drop it all the way. And just try to see how that works. So that's going to be my new thing. Especially on this bike. I think that'll help out a ton. And even at the bike park, so until I'm hitting something really gnarly, don't worry about getting into such a deep squat. So yeah, let's try that out. I mean, it works for the XC guys. I do want to talk to other folks like Elvis, Donald, and so forth, what kind of dropper they do, what kind of leg workouts they do, because I don't do any leg workouts. All I do is ride. So I haven't done any squats, lunges, anything like that, especially since the season kind of hit prime. I haven't really done anything. I even been lacking on my push-ups, quite honestly. And so when I just got back to doing push-ups like the other week, I felt like a kid. I'm like, oh my God, I can't even pick myself up. Granted, I tried to knock out 100, but it was like still, you just don't feel right. But anywho, fun ride over at Bacon. Definitely need to do a little bit more Zone 2s just to kind of focus on the form, and then push myself a little bit as far as getting into that Zone 3 and maintenance of that Zone 3, and then go from there. So yeah, it is what it is. So just a quick one, keeping it under 10 minutes on this one, but it was a lot of quick notes that I was playing around with today that I thought would be interesting for anybody that wants to listen and try different things out. And oh no, my nose is itching. Oh, because I'm bringing air from outside. Oh, geez. That's why. Allergies. Oh, my gosh. So anyway, thanks, everybody, for watching. Don't be afraid to try out different techniques if you're feeling more burn. Just try it out. See if something works out for you. Try different pressures. I mean, even Chris Haas, which is 210 pounds, he runs 18 pounds. So, and he says he really likes it. So I do need to just fuck around and just play around with something a little lower. So I'll do that next time. All right. Well, thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.